I mean, as the title says, the so-called volcano Haile Gubela of Afar region. Big up the Afars. Love them. Love the Afars. Custodians of Africa, leaders of the Red Sea, ancient Egyptian people. I love the Afars. I love the Afar landscape. There's so much history to the Afari people. Big up to the Afari people. I support them. But yeah, this so called volcano has erupted after 12,000 years of laying dormant. And it's telling them what time it is, erupting from Ethiopia, just shooting out in the sky, like, and it's a sign. It's a sign from the ancestors, that, this anti blackness, anti African, especially anti Ethiopianness, it's showing the world that Ethiopia is the heartbeat of Africa and it's asserting itself. And the Middle East, that's currently being marketed as this separate entity from Africa, Middle East, they think they're not connected to Africa. They look down on Africans. They're, enslaving Africans. They're paying mercenaries to murder Africans because they're trying to take away our land. Well, the Middle East lies on the African tectonic plate. So how about that? Middle East is African. And and the volcano in Ethiopia has shown the world, no, you're in Africa, mate, because the tectonic plates is on the African tectonic plates that's moving, and it starts off in Ethiopia. Like, that's where the shebang happens. That's where the big bang happens. That's where life started. And, this dormant volcano, last time it erupted was 12,000 years ago when the Lemurians were running the world. The Lemurians are like ancient African people that were running the world. At that time, it was like the world was like a misty place, a misty spiritual place. It was still being formed. Egypt was like underwater at that time, and the Africans run the world. They were literally on boats. They had civilizations all over the globe. They built all these mounds. They built all these gigantic pyramids. There's loads of pyramids in Ethiopia and Afar region, around Somalia, those regions. So that was the last time that volcano erupted. And now it's like, hey, back with another bang and showing the world, where it all started. Don't mess with the land of the gods, basically. That's what Ethiopia is. And all this anti-blackness, trying to attack Sudan to get to Ethiopia, it's not going to work because the earth itself, the region is very, very blessed, and the volcano erupted. So let's just find out. Let's just do a little stream and find out exactly when this so-called volcano erupted 12,000 years ago. Let's have a look at the world 12,000 years ago. 1,000 years ago. So yeah, civilization. So I know that the Turkish, the Göbekli Tepe, the Göbekli Tepe. Okay, guys, this is what happened. There was a catastrophe around the Göbekli Tepe, which is the time when Abraham was living in that region. Basically, like, there was a humongous old civilization around Turkey called Göbekli Tepe, but I read somewhere that this civilization, something catastrophic happened, and basically they didn't have the civilization. That probably explains that volcano. That volcano probably erupted 12,000 years ago, and that civilization in Turkey, the Göbekli Tepe, was destroyed. So I think it affected. That's how far off it affected the region. So the Göbekli Tepe is an ancient civilization 12,000 years ago. That was the ancient 12,000-year-old structure that scientists can't explain. So that, but I know that it got destroyed. So it got destroyed because of the eruption, the volcanic eruption in Ethiopia. That's the last time that Haile Göbekli erupted. But it was a very, no, they weren't. They were more advanced in those days. This is bullshit. Come on, we all know about that. Like they were far more advanced because there was angels walking on the earth. This was during the Lemurian period. So that's false. These archaeologists are just so dopey, they don't understand anything. So that was the last time the Haile Göbekli eruption went off. And now they're reporting it. Again, they're not flipping asking any Ethiopian historians or, geologists. They're just talking about Haile Göbekli all over, but can't bother. But really, it's time, it's showing the world that look how it just like shot up to Earth, boy. Mother Earth is not happy, boy. Mother Earth is like literally not happy with humanity at the moment. That's why she's erupting. And they've got this obsession that Africa's gonna split. That's their main concern. Like they just wish that Africa would split. Like such hating, it's not gonna split in like a year. It's gonna take time. But they're just so obsessed with Africa splitting. So weird. Why does that name sound very Amharic? Mount Semeru. What's the history of Mount Semeru? Because Jakarta Island, Indonesians have those black people living there, don't they? Is it on their region, I wonder? Mount Semeru. That's an Amharic name. Where did it come from? Mount Semeru. Mount Semeru, also known as Mount Meru. Ooh, Meru. That's a very ancient name. It's a sacred mythical five-peak mountain, central to Hindu, Jain, Buddhist icon, representing the axis of the universe. While its spiritual and metaphysical concept, the name has been used for real-world places, including Semeru Volcano and the Mount Meru in Tanzania. You see that name, Meru, Mari. It's all connected. In art and mythology, it's depicted as cosmic axis surrounded by continents, seas, often with different deities residing on the various mythological and cosmological Mount Semeru. Meru, ancient Indian cosmology. That name sounds very African. Semeru. Gosh, Semeru. Cosmic center. The mountain is considered the center of all physical, spiritual, and metaphysical universes. Structure, it is described as having 5 peaks with its base in unseen realms and its summit piercing the heavens. It's often surrounded by 7 concentric mountain ranges and seas. Deities, in Buddhist cosmology, the god Chakra resides on the summit, while the 4 heavenly kings live halfway up. Symbolism, beyond its physical description, it symbolizes the journey of consciousness, a spiritual compass guiding one of the center of the self. Real-world places named after Mount Sumeru. Mount Semeru, an active in India, is derived from Meru, its highest mountain in the island of Java. Mount Meru, Tanzania, an active in Tanzania, is known for being a challenging remote climbing destination. Is it a coincidence that the Indonesian mountain is called Semeru, and we have Mount Meru in Tanzania, Africa? Like, there's a connection there. It's linked to the Indians, like to the ancient Indian Dravidic world. But let me see if I can find the word Meru in my ancient Bible. I have an ancient Bible books here because these mountains, like, are very ancient and they have a lot of knowledge, guys. Okay, I'm gonna bring out this dusty my old book. Okay. So, Meru. Meru. Meroin. Merop. Merab or Merob, eldest daughter of King Saul. She was promised to David in marriage as a reward for the victory which obtained over the giant Goliath. But Saul went from his word and gave her to Adriel, son of Barzillai the Maholathite. Merab had 6 sons by him, who were delivered over to the Gibeonites and crucified upon the mountain before the Lord as a reparation for the injustice that Saul had done the Gibeonites. Oh dear. The text of the scripture insinuates that the 6 men that were delivered to them were the sons of Michal, the daughter of Saul and wife of Adriel. But there is great room for suspicion that the name Michal is flipped. Michal is flipped into text instead of Merab, for Michal did not marry Adriel, but Phalitiel. So nowhere read that Michal had 6 sons. Others think that these 6 children were sons of Merab by birth, but Michal's by adoption. Moriah, Mount Moriah. And then you've got Mount Moriah, the Israeli mount, right? Meru. Mount Moriah. Gee. Moriah. Yeah, Mount Moriah is the biblical site where Abraham was instructed to offer his son for a sacrifice. Merab, Meru. Do you see the connection? Like, I'm really trying to find out why that name, it sounds significant. Okay. Moriah, or Moriah, son of Sariah, of the race of the priests. He returned to Jerusalem from captivity of Babylon. Meraioth, son of Ahub. Okay, Meraioth. Meran, or Merah. Baruch. In Baruch, there's a book called Baruch. The book of Baruch speaks of the merchants of Meran, whom he joins with the Hagarenes and with the inhabitants of Theman, who valued themselves for their superior understanding. All these people, without doubt, were Arabians. Yeah, obviously, the Merans are Arabians. But we cannot say exactly where Meran was. We know Marana upon the Red Sea. Meribah in Arab Felix.